What up? This is on the Sick One to Sobriety. My name is Robin. I'm an alcoholic and drug addict. And today we're going to talk about how I relapsed inside a rehab. Only a hardcore drug addict like myself can that happen to. So let's get straight into it, right? I was telling you guys how it's just everyday repetitive. Wake up at 5. We go to church service at 6. We have breakfast. We go to work. We have lunch. We come out. We go to meetings. We go to this. We go to that. And I remember one time they even let me out to go get a haircut. I had to let my hair grow. They don't let your fucking shit. You know they don't let you shave your head over there. So I remember one time they gave me a voucher, and you go in groups. They give you a voucher for $5 voucher to go to Associated Technical Barber College, something like that, which is a bunch of dudes that practicing to cut hair, trying to get their fucking shit and cutting hair and shit. So I remember going. I met this dude who called him Ice. Never forget, cool ass spice out dude, and hit me up with the two all over except for the top. You know, I had to let that grow, and hit me up with a haircut. We're gone. It was weird. It was something different. You know, it's just little shit like that that the Salvation Army does for you to let you know that you could do normal things while you're being sober and in recovery. It's a trip, right? Just part of the process. So let's get into it to the real deal, right? All the meat and potatoes. So we're working in the back in the warehouse. Donations are coming in. We're unloading trucks. And I see this dude with a certain swag walking. I don't know if anybody has ever seen WWE, WWF, and they watch Vince McMahon walk down the ramp to the ring. Just that swag. You know what I'm talking about? With the biggest grapefruits in the world, the way like just the way he walks. There's only one dude in the whole world that I know that really walks like that in real life. And it was this dude I went to high school with, and even in high school he used to walk like that. He just had that little swag, like he was like, you know what I mean? It was a trip. And back then in high school, he was short as fuck. He was like super short. He used to wear a big long backpack full of his books and shit. And he was cool as dude, but he would always go out of his way to say what's up to me, which I always appreciated. After high school, during high school, I thought it was weird, but after high school, I was like, damn, that was pretty badass. Cause he'd come up to me and he'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" He'd call me by my nickname. Hey, what's up, Robin? And I'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" We'd shake hands and then he'd go on the way. I was a senior and I think he was a freshman, and so it was just tripped out. So I never imagined I would run into him later on in life. So we're back there unloading the trucks. I see this fool walking like that. I was like, "Damn, I think that's my boy Jay." And then I started hearing like people talk about the homie Jay, and I was like, "Oh fuck, it is him." Like I didn't know him by his full name. I knew him by Jay. And his chalan was talking about that he's almost done with the program that he's finna graduate. So the homie Jay is gonna need a new chalan. So that's when I stepped in. I stepped in and I hit up the homie. I said, "Fuck it, you know what do I got to lose?" Going like being this whole chalan is gonna be legit because I'm gonna get to go out into the world and see what's up. I don't have to get stuck here every fucking day. So I hit this fool Jay up and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, fool? Like, do you remember me?" And he's like, "No." I was like, "It's me." And I told him my nickname. And he's like, "What?" He's like, "I kind of remember you." I was like, "Motherfucker, you don't remember me." But he was cool because we went to the same high school. So he was like, "Wow," he showed me love because we went to the same high school, you know? And so he was like, "What's up?" And I told him, "Hey, what's up, fool? I heard you're going to need a new chalan, you know? You give me a try, fool." I was like, "I work hard." You know, I try to sell him on it. And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I got you, fool. Just because we went to San Isidro High School, I got you, dog." And I was like, "Hell yeah." And he's like, "Let me go talk to the storage manager. Let him know that I'm going to take you out to give you a try and see how it works. I'm going to take you out on Friday." I was like, "Cool, perfect." I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. And then Thursday came along. And then that fool Jay told me, he's like, "Hey, Rob, go get a packed lunch. I'm going to take you out with me today. Go pick up some donations." I was like, "Hell yeah. I don't have to be stuck in the fucking warehouse bullshitting." So I go get a bag lunch from the kitchen from the cook. It's a whack ass fucking lunch, man. A bologna sandwich, an apple, and some plain Fritos. That's it. Nothing to drink. That's fucking, it's fucking whack as fuck, dog. But I guess it's something. Something is better than nothing, I guess, dog. And so we head out. I'm like, yeah, I was feeling legit. We're riding through downtown, catching the freeway. We went through Ocean Beach, Pacific Beach, La Jolla. We're through Mission Bay. We're everywhere. And then picking up different donations, seeing all the big ass mansions, all different pads. We're picking up washing machines, TVs, desks, fucking what do you call them? The lazy boys, like those type of fucking seats. And then we get to this one spot, and that's where I seen the tranza start kicking in. That's where I see the hustle start kicking in from the homie. And I was just like, let me burn this show right here. Déjame watch el show. So we get to this one house in Ocean Beach, and there's a dude waiting out there for us with a couch. And the couch looked a little bit run down, but not too crazy. Like, honestly, if I could put a price tag on it, I would have said like 20, $30 max. But it was a little used, you know? And we get off the fucking truck, and then the homie Jay's looking at the couch, and he's telling the guy, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. I don't think we're gonna be able to take this because it's not gonna be sellable inside of the Salvation Army stores. And the owner of the couch is like, oh man, like you can see the disappointment in his face, like he wanted to get rid of that trash because to him it was trash, it was whatever. And the owner of the couch is like, there's no way you guys can take it from me and maybe just throw it away from me. And I was just like, oh. When I was like, okay, is we're gonna practice the honesty right here, or what's really going on? And the homie Jay is like, you know what? I could take it to you, but for like $30, honestly. He's like, because they're gonna charge me for it or some stupid shit. He said the owner had no quips about it. He was down. He's like, here you go, $30. Okay, cool. We took it. I got into the truck. Homie shoots me $10. So I was like, all right, $10, better than nothing. And we do this a few times throughout Thursday. So I come up on some cash. And when he tells me, when we're getting back, he's like, hey, fool, fucking clavate el dinero, güey, para que no te lo cachen. Because when you get back, they make you turn your pockets inside out. But I see I'm a smart guy. I used to wear shorts under my pants, and I just used to tuck everything into the shorts, the pockets of my shorts. There we go, tongue twister. And they would just look at my pockets, boom, let me through. And he's like, hey, fool, we did such a good job that I'm gonna take you out tomorrow on Friday. We're gonna run it back. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And this time I had, and like a huevo, you have to pick up a bag lunch no matter what if you're going out. You just have to. It's just part of the deal. Pick up my bag lunch, whatever, toss it to the side. Now I got money. I got McDonald's money all of a sudden, you know? So eventually it was cool because it had been a long ass time since I've ate McDonald's, believe it or not. Remember we stopped somewhere and we ate some McDonald's. We're posted. We went to this office to pick up some big ass chairs. And it was cool. And again, we did the same fucking tranzas. My homie hooked me up with some cash. Man, at the end of the day, when I got back to the rehab, to my room, I was up $80. I was like, damn, $80 cash. And you know what? My taste buds started changing. All of a sudden, I didn't have a taste for sobriety and recovery. Oh, no. I had a taste for hitting the pipa and feeling those chemicals go down my lungs. And I knew for a fact at this point that my homie at the end of the room on that bunk was still on the sick one. So I hit this fool up and I told him, hey, what's up, dog? I was like, hey, you still using, you know where I could get some? And he's like, yeah, fool. I was like, hey, so I was like, if I slide you some money, you think you could bring me back a couple things or what? And he's like, yeah, dog, I got you. He's like, what you need? So I slid him $60. I said, bring me back a pipa, bring me back 2 lighters, and bring me back a big fat sack of some shizzy. He's like, I got you. I waited for him for like 2 hours. Those 2 hours that was the longest 2 hours of my fucking life. In those 2 hours, we were supposed to go to a Bible study. And when you're doing meetings and Bible studies or whatever, you have a slip. And whoever's like the coordinator of that shit's supposed to sign off your slip. And every week you got to turn it in to prove that you're actually doing the program. So my other guy, the other bunkie that was next to me from the Inland Empire, I gave him my slip. I was like, hey, fool, I'll shoot you $5. You know, can you just get it for me? He's like, yeah, I'm down, dog. Don't trip. I was like, all right, cool. So I was just in the room waiting, staring out the window. I haven't even tweaked it yet, and I was already having tweaker behaviors. I was staring out the window, looking for him, like, wow, just pacing back and forth, like, wow, this guy's taking forever. And then he comes back. 2 hours are gone. He gets back from whatever he was at. He's like, here you go, big dog. Brand new, crystal clear pipa, big fat sack, 2 lighters, just like I asked for. I was like, yes. My fucking mouth got watery. I started getting the bubble guts because I had to take a shit. And I fucking packed the pipa and I fucking hit it. And I was just like, oh. Felt like a fucking dragon throwing out the smoke. I was like, yeah. I was just going at it. And then my homie, the one that was on the left side, I don't remember what the fuck his name was, but that he's from Tijuana, homie from La Moreno or some shit like that. But I just knew he was from Tijuana. And so the big dude, right? He comes in and he tells me, hey, que huele raro? Why does it smell funny here? I don't know. I couldn't lie to him. I mean, I felt like if I lied to him, he was going to beat me up or something. I was like, estoy fumando, güey. He's like, y está cargado el rifle. I never heard anybody say if the pipa was packed, and I was like that, you know what I mean? Está cargado el rifle, and I was like, Simon, he's like, a ver esa madre. And I give it to him. He starts going at it hard, and he's like, hard. I was like, damn, motherfucker, I almost raised my whole sack. But what am I going to say? I ain't going to say shit to him. Who's going to fuck me up? So he just goes at it strong. Oh, man, I'm like, fuck. And he's just like throwing the smoke out the window, and I'm fucking tripping out. And then the homie that brought me the sacks, right? He's like, hey, I hope you don't mind, big dog, but sobró poquito dinero. There was some money left over, and I picked up a little bottle of vodka. I was like, nah, I ain't tripping on that. He's like, and plus, he's like, you know what? He's like, I got my cell phone right here. You can use it for a little bit, and it's chill. And I was like, cool. And it was payday. Fridays are paydays right there. Everybody got like 15 to 30 ducats each. Ducats are $1 each. That's the value of it right there. So either you have cash money or you have ducats. And fucking, we're chilling. I'm smoking. I was smoking. And then I told two of the homies, the one from Imperial Beach and the one from Nestor, I was like, what's up? You guys want to hit this shit? And they're like, nah. And then the homie from Imperial Beach is like, I'll be back. I'm going to go get a rig. At this point, I already knew what he meant by getting the rig. He was going to go get a motherfucking syringe. And I was just like, oh, fuck. He's like, just save me a little bit, perro, for me and the homie right here from Nestor. And I was like, damn, all right, whatever. It's up to you guys. So I packed whatever, and I saved them a little, maybe like less than a dime sack. And I'm out there, I'm blazing it, doing my thing. We're all smoking. The whole room smoked out. And then these two guys, the one from Imperial Beach and the one from Nestor, get the syringe, and they start fucking shooting each other up. I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, these guys were like helping each other out, tying the thing around there, like tying it with their teeth and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And they hooked each other up. Like I was like, hey, teamwork makes the dream work up with these motherfuckers. And then after they got high, the guy from Nestor, I didn't see him the rest of the night. That fool went to the bathroom, dog. Straight fucking chaqueta status all damn night. I'll tell you, shit went numb, dog. That fool was having the time of his life. Was having the time of his life in the fucking bathroom. And we were in and we're in the room and start drinking. The homie has a cell phone, so he starts bumping corridos. And I don't know where the fuck he got dice from, but we're gambling, we're playing dice games. I don't even know how to play these games, but I'm right there, shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. And see me with the 7-11. And that's all I fucking, that's all I knew, right? I had to hit a 7 or 11, and that's it. And we're just right there playing for ducats, fucking gambling. I was fucking hitting the pipa. And then the sun comes up. Before I knew it, the sun comes up. And we hear the alarm for the whole building that we have to get up and go. And me, you know what? Let me backtrack. Forgot one of the most important parts. So during the middle of the night, we run out of shit. And I still had some money left over. And I told the homie, actually, and I did see the homie from Nestor, actually. He came back to the room. He's like, there's no more. And I was like, nah. I was like, but I got money. What's up? And he's like, fuck, I could go get some. But he's like, there's a guy that works graveyard shift. Well, like another one of the guys doing the program, but he works downstairs and he fucking cleans up. He's like, yeah, I don't want him to rat me out if we leave. And I was like, I'll take care of that. I walk downstairs. I run into it was an older homie. He was fucking just mopping. And he's like, hey, what you doing down here, big dog? I was like, hey, I was like, we're about to do some stuff. I was like, you're not going to say nothing, right? And he's like, I'm blind, homie. And I was like, cool. So I went back upstairs and I told the homie from Nestor, I was like, hey, Kylie, it's cool, dog. I remember we went downstairs. We went to the back of the building. We exited. The homie jumped the fence and I waited out there. I said, fuck it, we get caught. I'm going to wait out here. I waited out here maybe like 20 minutes and he came back with another dub. Dude, that shit was crazy. I almost forgot about the most important part. We went back upstairs and continued the party. And now so that's what I remember. It's wild shit that we're doing just to get high. And we're supposed to be in rehab. We're supposed to be in rehab and recovery. Puro pinche pedo, güey, a la verga. Can't believe I almost forgot that shit, man. It's like one of the most important things that I wanted to tell in this story. So we're back up there, right? Bumping corridos, playing dice, gambling, smoking. We hear the alarm go off for the 5 a.m. alarm. And my dumbass had wrote my name down for wake up call. Wake up call means there's a dude walking around every room, and who like in my room, I was the only one who had wake up call. So he'd walk into my room and he'd like shake my leg, like waking me up. But when he got there, we were already on the sick one. We were already wide awake, dog. We were wide awake, dog. We were on the sick one, and we went to work. We went. I still went to go eat breakfast. I was like, dude, I need to come down a little bit. I went to go eat some cereal. Voila. I got dressed and we headed out. And when we're gonna head out, the homie from Imperial Beach was already like bad tripping. He was like, dog, I already know they're gonna kick me out. It's not gonna end up well. He's like, I'd rather leave before they kick me out. And all the clothes that they give us to wear right there, all the 10 clothes, all the 10 changes of clothes and boxers and all that shit, he put it in his laundry bag and had one of the other homies that he had right there wait inside the room. So when the guy from Imperial Beach walked outside when we went to go to work, según, throw the bag of clothes out the window because he was gonna go bumming it. I remember seeing that shit. They threw the bag out the window. The homie from Imperial Beach got it. He was walking around with that thing on his shoulder like Santa Claus, and he took off. And I wish I would have done that. But I went to work. And I remember going to work and just being on the sick one, sweating bullets because it was kind of hot. It was already like a little bit after July, like at the end of the month of July, and I was sweating like a motherfucker. Just my whole shirt soaked. I remember just feeling it. And I remember I was in the outside. I was moving all the carretos full of merchandise. And I remember one of my homies, Danny, he hit me up. He's like, hey, big Rob. I was like, what's up, fool? He's like, please, fool, please, please. Please tell me you're sweating because you're working hard and not because you're on the sick one. And I started laughing. And then he's like, fuck. He's like, that's what's up, dog. And then he left me alone. We went through the day. I fucking swear that I didn't look burnt out. I swear none of us looked burnt out. It was like whatever. And we're end of day of work. We're walking back to the actual rehab building. And the homie from Logan Heights, a big perro from Logan Heights, homie, hit me up. And he's like, hey, big dog. I was like, what's up? He's like, don't fucking bullshit me right now. And I was like, damn. Like, he got at me hard, you know what I mean? He's like, hey, I heard you guys were having a fucking smoke out last night. What's up, fool? You smoked? When's the last time you smoked? I was like, fuck. I was like, last night. He's like, fuck. He's like, man, they tell me everything around here. He's like, they're going to drug test you guys, so watch out. And I was like, damn. I was like, all right. And that's when like reality started kicking in for me. I was like, fuck. Another thing that I fucking failed at being in rehab. Like, what kind of bullshit is this, dog? Like, come on. I was like, fuck. Just like my it felt like my life was ending. Like, it was like no mama's way. I remember going back into the building, getting my key from my room. I went to go take a shower. And I started believing in Jesus Christ all of a sudden. I went into the chapel. I went in there. I started talking to Jesus Christ. Started praying. I was Jesus Christ. I was like, if you exist, please save me. Please spare me from what's coming to me. I know I fucked up and it will never happen again. Just please don't let me get in any type of trouble. And I was just in there crying. And then the homie Danny that had seen me earlier in the day that told me that please tell me you're sweating. He went in there for some reason too. And he saw me that I was crying. And he's like, what's up, big Rob? He's like, you crying? And I was like, yeah, fool. He's like, no pedo. He was a white guy, but he spoke a little bit of Spanish. He's like, no pedo. And he's like, hey, fool, can I give you a hug? And I was like, I needed a hug, dog. Honestly, I needed a hug from somebody that cared. And at that time, I felt like he cared. And he gave me a tight-ass fucking hug. And I fucking let my tears flow. I was just crying on his shoulder. And he telling me, don't even trip. He was like rubbing my back a little bit, like making me feel better. He's like, hey, don't even trip, big dog. Like, whatever happens, it's in the hands of God, and you're going to be okay no matter what the outcome is. So don't trip. Like, yeah, you're right. It's all good. And I'm like wiping my tears away. And then the loudspeaker comes on, and I hear, room, whatever, whatever. I don't even remember what rooms were on. Beds number 1 through 5. Come to the main office for drug testing. I was like, no. I was like, no fucking way, dog. And I took my time, right? And then I heard my actual full name get announced. Like, Rob, whatever, whatever, come for drug testing. And I was like, fuck. And I remember coming downstairs. I remember looking to the right. That's where the kitchen was at. And all the kitchen staff was like looking towards the main lobby. And I was like, and when I looked outside at the exit, I seen Big Dog from Big Tijuas. He was outside fucking stressed the fuck out. He had his hands on the back of his head like,